Today, I will show you the features of MultiSig Account and MultiSig Transaction supported by StarMask version 4.0. First, we use the multi-profile function of the Chrome browser to simulate 3 accounts of Alice, Bob, and Tom locally. For the convenience of demonstration, I use the expand view to switch the wallet from a pop window to a single window. You can see that there are now 3 wallets window in the place, Alice, Bob, and Tom. First, we create a 2-3 MultiSig account. When creating an account, you can choose MultiSig Account. The default is a 2-3 MultiSig account. You can modify the number of accounts according to your needs. For security reasons, we will generate a temporary account locally and provide the public key here. Caution: the temporary account will be changed each time. Do not close this window until you have finished creating with the others. The first step is to copy and paste the temporary public key of Alice's window into the windows of Bob and Tom. The second step is to copy and paste the temporary public key of Bob's window into the windows of Alice and Tom. The last step is to copy and paste the temporary public key of Tom's window into the windows of Alice and Bob. Okay, we have collected 3 public keys in each window. We can now create this MultiSig account in each window. You can see that the addresses of these 3 MultiSig accounts are exactly the same. Let's copy the 3 addresses into a text editor to verify it. And, yes, the 3 addresses are exactly the same. Regarding the management of MultiSig account, it is actually similar to single signature account. In the account details, we can view its public key. We can also export its private key as a backup and restore it in other wallets later. For example, we copy its private key here and delete this MultiSig account. Then import it by private key. We can see that the MultiSig account has been restored. The address is exactly the same with the previous ones. Okay, let's demonstrate the MultiSig transaction. We can switch to Tom account and send 2 STC to this MultiSig account. Okay, the transfer has been successfully completed. We found that the balances of the MultiSig account in Alice, Bob, and Tom's wallets all became 2 STC. Next, let's demonstrate the process of a MultiSig transaction. For example, send 1 STC to Bob from this MultiSig account. Currently, Bob's balance is 0 STC. First, we copy Bob's address. And in Tom's wallet, use this MultiSig account. Provide Bob's address, send 1 STC. We can find that this transaction does not appear in the pending queue. Instead, it appears directly in the transaction list. There is a MultiSig 1 of 2 at the end of this line. When we click on the details pop-up window, we will find there is an extra line at the bottom, MultiSig 1 of 2. This means that this is a MultiSig transaction. It requires 2 signatures, and 1 signature has been collected so far. Here you have 2 options. 1 is copy the hex string of this transaction. 2 is download its binary file, then send either of them to another MultiSig account, who will sign the transaction. Let's demonstrate it now. First, let's demonstrate the way of copy hex string. Click Copy, and go to the window of Alice. In the options of the MultiSig account, there is an added option, Sign MultiSig Transaction. Select Transaction Hex in this drop-down list. Then paste the hex string we just copied, and click Sign. Then we are redirected to the Transaction Confirm page. We can switch to the Data tab here to view the details of this transaction. Let's demonstrate the way of binary file at the same time. Click here to download the binary file. After downloading it locally, we can send this binary file to another MultiSig account. The naming rule of this binary file is the address of the MultiSig account plus the current sequence number plus the number of signatures that have been collected. In the window of Bob, we switch to the MultiSig account. Click Sign MultiSig Transaction, switch to Binary File. Select the locally received binary file. Click Sign. We can compare these two windows to find out that both transaction information is exactly the same. Because this is a 2-3 MultiSig transaction, both Alice and Bob can confirm the transaction. We click Decline in Bob's window. Then click Confirm in Alice's window. Then we will find that the transaction has been submitted to the chain and appears in the pending queue. Click it and open the pop-up Details window. It turns out that 2 signatures have been collected for this transaction. So there won't appear such 2 links, copy hex and download binary file. Okay, this transaction has been confirmed. Now the balance of the MultiSig account has been deducted 1 STC and some gas fee. So its balance is less than 1 STC. Let's check Bob's balance. 1 STC has been added. Okay, this is our demo of the process of a MultiSig transaction. Thanks for watching.